So today's video is going to be on the drive pulleys. I think the bearings are shot in them, or maybe a belt's not routed properly, because right now I got the brake on so the drive belt's not engaged, but as soon as I engage the drive belt you get this noise. So let's see what's going on. I have the front on ramps and the back jacked up with cinder blocks under the tires. I don't have axle stands that will get up that high. That's the best I can do. So those are the 3 pulleys in question. I'm assuming that's what's making all the noise. I hope that's what's making the noise. And I need this tractor for the winter to get rid of the snow in the driveway. So let's check them out. Just gotta figure out a place to mount this. That looks pretty good for 2 of them anyway. The belt is engaged. From what I see in the parts diagram, that pulley there is a type of pulley, and then there's two pulleys right there. That one in the closest to the middle moves over when you engage and tightens the belt. It appears in the manual that those two are the same, and they seem to be the worst ones. They don't spin freely. They are kind of loud. Obviously, me spinning it by hand is a lot different than 3,000 RPMs or even 1,000 RPMs. So they're relatively cheap, and I think I'm just going to buy them all. And in the spring, I will be buying these pulleys here, and maybe new mandrel bearings. Another problem I'm having is engaging the mower deck. It's really stiff. I couldn't even do it. I thought there was something wrong with the cable in the spring, but I put a healthy dose of lubricant on the mechanism there. But now it's starting to get tight again. When I have my snowblower on, it's no problem engaging it. So there's obviously something binding on the deck. This mower is a 2011, so it's 10 years old, and I use it both during the summer and the winter. Although I think I only mowed maybe 5-6 times this year because it was so dry. But our grass doesn't grow particularly fast here anyway. But yeah, get used. I think it's got 340 hours on it. And with the price of mowers these days, and the fact that I have a blade for this one, and a $2,000 snowblower, and the fact that this only cost me, I think it was $18.99 on sale from Sears in Canada, and it's a YT4000 24 horsepower Platinum Series dual twin cylinder. I think the equivalent, it's made by Husqvarna, and I believe a 24 horsepower Husqvarna is, I think, around $3,400 nowadays. So I'd rather spend $100 here and $100 there fixing bearings than to have to buy a new one, because I'd have to replace. I might be able to buy a kit to fit for the snowblower to fit on the new one, but still, that's going to cost money, because you need to get belts and the pulley that fits under here. So yeah, I'd like to keep this as long as I can. The deck's still in good condition. I take it off every year and scrape her down and paint it. And the motor doesn't smoke. I use 5W 30 synthetic in the winter and 10W30 synthetic in the summer in it. And it's been a really reliable tractor. I've really done nothing to it other than maintenance. The only thing I had go wrong was the transmission is held in by that bar that goes across that eliminates front and rear torque of the transmission, and the bolts on the top of the transaxle transmission, whatever you want to call it, they sheared off, which allowed when I was going between forward and reverse, it allowed the differential or transmission transaxle to torque back and forward, which bent the frame where the axle connects. I had to put in a L-bar. I cut some pieces of L-shaped steel and put them in there, and then drilled some holes in the frame, twisted it back as close as I could get it, and then put some, I don't know, 2mm thick steel in there and redid it. And that was years and years ago. Haven't had a problem since then. I also take the transmission out every spring. I know it's overkill, but I take that transmission out every spring and change the fluid in it. They are not lifetime fluid. They put cheap 5W30 oil in them from the factory, as per the manufacturers of the tractor's request. But if you go to the Tough Torque website, they recommend, I believe it's 15W40 synthetic oil in their transmissions if you buy them direct from Tough Torque. So yeah, I put that in them, and I've never had a problem with their transmission. A lot of people do, because of the low quality oil lubricant that's in them from the factory. I took mine out at 100 hours, I think. If I had known about it earlier, I would have taken it out day one, but I didn't know about that until I heard a lot of the transmissions were having problems, and they cost, I think, over $1,000 to replace. So I wasn't looking to pay that much. So now I do that. Maintenance is key on anything. So there you have it. Bad pulleys. I might do a video of me changing those out. I'm waiting for the leaves to fall on the trees so I can mulch the leaves up for the lawn. And then after that happens, the deck will come off. And hopefully I'll have those bearings and I'll replace them, and snowblower will go on. And tire chains. Need the tire chains. Have a good one.